Welcome to X11 Garage, and today's something different. Suzuki Hayabusa. Coming for a little bit of work. Needs a service and a few little bits and pieces. So we're going to start with running it up and changing the oil. Apparently it cuts out after a couple of minutes of running, so assume it's a fuel problem. So first thing we're going to do is warm it up and change the oil. Starts pretty good, so let's go from there. Choke, ignition, all the pretty lights, camera, action. Better put the side stand up. Oh. Yeah, you can pull clutch. So now we're going to check the inside of the tank and see if it's rusty. That could be the problem I've seen on YouTube. Rust in the tank causing the fuel ways to block up. So we're going to try that first. She's a little bit cruddy. That's the state on the fuel sender. As you can see, she's in a really bad condition. We'll give it a go, see if we can clean it up, see if it works. Like I said, it's just a matter of plugging it in, turning the ignition on. But yeah, it'll take a little bit of cleaning. And we give it a go. We'll take the tap off and see how much is in the first filter. It's not looking good. Looks like it could be part of the problem. It's pretty bad. Yep, she's in a bad way. That's going to need some work. Next thing we have to strip the pump and see how bad that is. Right, we've looked in the tank and it's in a bad condition, full of crap. So now we're going to take the pump off. Obviously, if the shit's come through the tap, it's come into the pump. So this is the external fuel pump on the early series Hayabusas, and also this pipe is very flimsy, and as you can see there's a kink in it there, which I think is restricting the fuel as well, because it was in that direction. So that pipe needs to be changed. This one's got a kink in it as well, so I think maybe it was too short and jammed on. So let's get them off. Yeah, you just saw that. It came out of there. And there we go, pumped it off. What we need to do now is look inside and see how bad it is. Right, we'll start by taking the other bracket off. Oh, that's not good. That's what just fell out of the pump. Yeah, she's in a bit of a bad way. That's what came out of it. It looks like there's a wire broken on the pump, so it wasn't running on pump fuel. It was just running on gravity fed. As you can see, she's pretty fucked. Yeah, let's get the rest of it out. Pump is in a really bad way. You can see the connections are corroded to shit. I think that's pretty fucked. I'm having trouble getting the top plate out. As you can see, the rubber seal has sort of melted. So I haven't checked the filter yet. But looking at the rest of the pump, I think it's pretty fucked. I've put the base into soak because the inside's pretty bad. I can't get it out. So we let that soak for a few hours and hopefully it'll decide to come out. But there's no gauze filter in there, and there should be. That one, I think you're going to need a new one because it looks fucked. And this one, I can't tell if there's a filter in there or not until I get it out. Well, like I said, I think it's probably going to be shot. I'm going to give it another 5 minutes, and then if I can't get it out, I'm going to let it soak overnight. And we give it another go tomorrow. And today, we're going to fit the new fuel pump for the Hayabusa. The gentleman who owns it bought a brand new one. So we're going to unbox it. And fit it to the motorcycle. I opened the box before, and I did fit the connector pipe to the injectors. Need to put a clip on it, fit it up, but it is brand spanking new, all the way from America. Looks very pretty. So we just need to fit this. Some new fuel pipes. The tank has been cleaned. And the inside is looking much better. This was all brown with rust, and now it's a little speckly, but all the rust is gone. So yeah, now we're going to reassemble the tank, put it on and get it started. The owners had the tank for a couple of weeks, filled it with anti-rust and left it in the tank for a week, and it's come out really good and much better than it was. It was brown all over, and now you can see a marked difference. The stuff works really well. Even the guy, the one who swears and says, "What? I don't effing believe it." He used the same stuff on a tank, an old Kawasaki tank I believe, and that came out nice as well. And that tank wasn't as bad as this one. So this has worked out really well, and the stuff is reusable. It's expensive, but you can use it more than once. So well worth the money. I'll have to put the link in because I can't remember what it was he used. Yeah, I'll get the drum, but I'll do that at the end. But yeah, the tank, as you can see, is a lot better. So now we're going to put the tap back on the tank. It's not really a tap because you can't turn it on and off, but it's the same as the tap. There's a filter in it, and it's the feed to the fuel pump. Then we've got the fuel gauge sender. We'll put that on. It's the original one. I cleaned it up with WD-40 and it seems to be working lovely. So back in it's going, because they're very expensive. And then it's just a matter of connecting up the pipes. We've got new fuel pipes for it, obviously, because the old ones are crap, like most of the stuff that degrade over time. So we crack on with that now and get it sorted. Scotch-Brite and WD-40, a godsend for the average mechanic. It's saved me quite a few times. Brilliant stuff. I did have to go back and look which way the sander goes in, which is one of the good things about filming all the work you do. You've got video evidence of where everything goes, which is why I wear a camera when I go riding. Video evidence in case something happens. New filter, blue cover, very nice. As you can see, it is a tap. They've taken all the names off it, so it doesn't say on off, and they've cut the tap off itself. You could probably use a pair of pliers to do it, but I think they've done that because it's the fuel injected model, and they've probably used the tap of another model of bike and just taken the right off and chopped it so you can't turn it on and off. Probably because if you start the bike on fuel injected with the tap off and no fuel going through, you could damage the pump, suck the pipes flat, a few other little bits and pieces. So yes, it's very nice, but again, very expensive. So we've got the fuel pipes on, 10mm, and the other one's an 8mm. We've got reinforced fuel pipe for cars, but it's good stuff, so it'll work well on the bike. New Jubilee clips instead of the clamps, don't want it to leak. So now we're going to drop it down, put some fuel in. If it doesn't leak, we'll start it up. Well, she's running nicely. It's smoking a bit, but that's probably because of all the WD-40 I had to use to lube everything up. It had been sat for a long time. The temperature's come up to normal, sitting there nicely. We'll have to reset the time, obviously. Put some more fuel in it. But it sounded nice considering it hasn't been run for a couple of years. Put all the plastics back together, front brake pipes, the owner wants changed in, and then it's up to him to give it a bloody good clean. Get it going. So, yeah, good news, it's running, starts, sounds lovely. Cool. Well, it's running. I'll let it run for a minute, see if it cuts out, but I doubt it. With all the new stuff that's on it, should run lovely. Mind you, there is only half a gallon in it. I'll put the rest in a minute. Just want to make sure there's no leaks. Right, I've been running it for 5 minutes. Temperature staying on normal. All the gauges are working nice. See the revs out. Still not leaking so far, so all looking good. You'll be having me back soon. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Coffee time. Time to have a cup of coffee.